Systems, host of the ground support. Thank you to our general sponsor, GE Aviation. Thank you to the award-winning team, recipients of the Bill Barber Award for Showmanship and the Aeroshell Memorial Showmanship Award. Keep them in the air. They are, of course, Aeroshell, Honda Generators, Pico, Porto, Alabama, Champion Aerospace, WSI, Inlet, Bowles, Lincoln Welders, Kimmel Aviation Insurance, Goodyear, yes, Goodyear, Hooker Harnesses, CJ Aviation, Aspen Avionics, Concord Aircraft Batteries of West Covina, California. Weather, you're on the water, in the air. Recycling is proud to be the cleaning green sponsor of the Vectren Dayton Airshow. Presented by Kroger. Krumke provides residential and commercial waste and recycling solutions throughout the Miami Valley. Help us keep the airshow clean and green by putting litter in its place. All right, team leader calls for the notes coming down as they come into that tight diamond formation. It will be my pleasure to introduce the team to you. By the way, they are flying airplanes that are between 68 years of age and 75 years of age. No spring chicken, 5,500 pounds of 1930s technology. Ladies and gentlemen, coming in from your right, the man is Steve Gustafson. And back in the diamond position is Dean working with you as they work out of the diamond formation loop. It's no spring chicken. This heavy on the controls airplane will be made to look very easy to fly by these poor southern gentlemen. But I gotta tell you, it is a handful. Even these strong, tall guys sometimes are pushing the stick left and right. With both hands and all the shoulders that they can get into it. But that is the award-winning team. Now, a very difficult maneuver. It may be the toughest they can. It is the formation barrel roll. The throttles are not matched on any of the aircraft, but look at the overlap of the wings. As they go off to the right, let me just tell you what's going on here with this. The lead pilot, Mark Henley, is the man who chooses the right altitude, the right airspeed, and the right attitude to safely lead this team through its maneuvers. It's the responsibility of Gene McNeely, of Brian Regan, and of Steve Gustafson to stay visually married to a spot, a letter, a ribbon, a paint smudge, anything on the other airplane. Those three wingmen have no reference to the ground or the air, only to Mark Henley's lead aircraft. All right, now, team leader Mark Henley calls for the nose down on the aircraft. This, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a tribute and a salute to our veterans, past, present, and future. And a salute to all you people in our audience this weekend. It is the Aeroshell Veterans Downward Bomber Salute. Right about it, here's the team leader calls for smoke on down. Ready, ready, and all four airplanes pick a different spot. Now as they separate, let's see what happens as the first extreme left and extreme right aircraft. They are ships 2 and 3, Brian Regan and Steve Gustafson. They are now upright, diving toward each other at a speed in excess of 320 miles per hour, setting up for the opposing. One another right about in here. They cross once on the bottom. They upside one another right about in here. And then on the bottom side, they cross to the third side. Now, as they do that, eyes high and to your right, as the team leader Mark Henley comes in, followed by the diamond slot position, Gene Sparky McNeely. As they come in, Gene will be trailing right behind Mark Henley's airplane as they give a tribute in the sky. Here at the Dayton Airshow and all of our volunteers that make it possible. Right about in here, don't look at the airplanes, look at the smoke. Ladies and gentlemen, Aeroshell Aerobatic in the sky, just for you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as they regroup, the smoke will come off. These aircraft weigh 5,500 pounds apiece. In the training syllabus, there was primary training, then basic training, and then advanced training. As they come by, let me introduce them to you one more time. The lead pilot, Mark Henley. He's from Birmingham, Alabama. Right along with him is Brian Reagan from Phoenix, Arizona. Up they go. From Tallulah, Louisiana, and Gene McNeely from Dayton, Florida. Get back in formation for a very difficult maneuver. Now you see what's happening? They're going to a pre-described altitude, pre-described speed. You'll see the trail position aircraft cutting the leader off at the pass. In this short time, they're going to get back in formation. But what they're going to do is go into what we call the finger four formation. Now, folks, here's what I want you to do. Hold your right hand up. Bury your thumb. Look at your fingernails. That's the finger four, strong right. So I'll identify the pilots to you. Your index finger will be Steve Gustafson. Your freeway finger will be the team leader, Mark Henley. Your ring finger will be Brian Reagan. And your pinky finger will be Gene McNeely. Now, as they get to the most difficult time possible, turning upside down and diving, you watch for the airplane on the far side. Slide back into the diamond position. Look at the airplane on the right, the one on the right. Slides over as they come down the bottom side. And ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for the award-winning Aeroshell Aerobatic Team. Brought to you by Rumkey. Thank you, Rumkey, for bringing the team in this weekend. This is the kind of work that these pilots, cadets, use in learning how to fly formation and fighter tactics. Get your cameras ready. Here comes the photo pass of the Aeroshell Aerobatic Team. 5,500 pounds, 600 horsepower, Pratt & Whitney supercharged 9-cylinder radial engines. Listen to the sound. To the bottom, and these guys, as Danny said, have won all the awards. All that air show smoke as they set up for the next part of a diamond formation loop. Now, they've been doing a lot of work getting one position to another. We had them Friday night. They flew over the parade and then came down to the Dayton Dragons game and circled while the first half of the top of the first inning went way long, circled around, and then we called them in and right on time, on target, did a beautiful pass over, an incredibly nice pass over the top of the Dayton Dragons' Fifth Third Stadium. It's the Aeroshell team. What would you expect? Gorgeous. That's what they do. All right. Gorgeous. Round, let's bring them in from the right again and reintroduce the team. All right. Watch them as they come through. They're going to split off, and then they're going to go into a little bit of a tail chase that'll be the most fun they have all day. In the lead, once again, Mark Henley, the team lead from Birmingham, Alabama. He'll pull up. Watch for the pull up. Steve Gustafson, Tallulah, Louisiana. Gene McNeely from Daytona Beach, Florida, as they come down. The pull of gravity. Brian says, hey guys. Mark Henley pulls out. Brian said, don't leave me behind. And then Steve said, hey, where are you guys going? And Gene McNeely said, wait up, you guys. tribute to summertime fun. You know, like Rob and I, if you grew up in the Midwest, summer came, the weather was good, in comes the state fair, the county fairs, the county, the carnivals and whatnot, and they all brought a Ferris wheel with them, and we were little hoodlum kids. It's the only way you was not a hoodlum kid. With your girlfriend in a private place without your aunts and uncles and all the people in town talking about you. So this is the Aeroshell Aerobatic Team. You can watch the summer stars come down. Summertime fun, the Ferris wheel salute. Over 10,000, well maybe 15,000, depending on whose history book you read. All the different models of this, maybe as many as 15,000 were built. And if you have a number that's different from ours, then you folks are right. But of all of them, this was the one that was taking the pilot picture. We'll see why in just a little bit. Watch for the barrel movement. Once again, using the throttle, the stick, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a camera, get it ready. We are coming in on the hot pass. The team will reform. They'll be coming in from your right to your left. This will be a 3,000-foot wall of fame played by Rich's incredible pyro. Rich and Rich Gibson, the award-winning pyromaniacs, recipients of the Aeroshell Memorial Showmanship Award, have been planting gasoline and dynamite. Now, if you have a camera, here's what I want you to do. From where you see the personnel in yellow t-shirts, the flames are going to be to the left as we face the runway. If you want to get it in your camera, get a very little bit of green earth and trees and mostly sky, because that is what the flames are going to do. There'll be an attention-getting pop. That will be the initial exciter to get your attention. Can you feel? I warned you. Don't blame Rob or I. We told you what was going to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, that's amazing. That's the cool part about it. That's what Rich and Dee do so well and their entire dedicated crew. That's why they are the award winners. And the ground shakes. You can feel the heat. And 3,000
God, that
record for a while. We did that here in 2003 at the Mother of All Air Show.
Wow, it was so hot.
And Rich and Dee and their gang have been exceeding those records. By the way,